It is starting to look like the Chicago Bears of 2025 are going to have a massive change compared to what we saw as a product in 2024. Caleb Williams, he's going to be here. Rome's going to be here. DJ looks like he's going to be here. Beyond that, maybe DeAndre Swift, because we've seen some flashes from him. And Ben Johnson likes those kind of quick scatback sort of guys. Ashton Gianti might be part of this equation at the number 10 pick in the draft. I think we'll see Montez Sweat stick around. I think TJ Edwards probably sticks around. Jervon Dexter. We've got a core of people who we think will still be here. But one thing that we don't have, it looks like any moment now, Chris Morgan will no longer be here. Probably Thomas Brown's going to be on the out, looking for work as well. We want to thank him for everything that he's done, but there is a massive shakeup in the NFC North happening as we speak. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in and let me know if you like this guy. The guy is Hank Fraley. Hank Fraley was, he's one of the top assistants for the Lions, and he's their line coach right now. First of all, let's talk about this. The Detroit Lions have the number one offensive line and have had one of the best lines in recent memory, and especially in the NFC North. Now, this would be a move over here, moving him to offensive coordinator. This is going to be a massive get over here because you're going to have a guy in a head coach who is focused on making this offense as aggressive as possible, moving as fast as possible, and then you're going to have the offensive coordinator will be an offensive line coach who's going to work on the scheme and the packages that we use in order to protect Caleb Williams. Now, that in itself to me sounds fascinating, and there's some continuity. And look, the one thing that the Bears have talked about has been continuity, but the continuity doesn't really have to be between Caleb Williams and his coaching staff, okay? It could be that the coaching staff that they bring in is familiar with one another, and it might just simply be academic to get Caleb Williams, who handles this stuff very, very quickly, and the rest of the team up to speed on the expectation, and then work on how the line is built. And let me just say, for the record, the fact that we lost Ryan Bates early in the season and that he affected ultimately the outcome of how the Bears wanted to use and play their offensive line should be recognized as a colossal misstep. But I think that with somebody like a Ryan Bates on the roster, with the players that we still have on the roster, I think that these are some really good players. Braxton Jones, Darnell Wright, I think these are good, solid players who can play these positions. Now, we don't know the status of Tevin Jenkins at this point, but we will learn it very quickly. Now, the important part is that there are still some problems. Nate Davis is gone. We've freed up a lot of room, and we're probably going to have to make some changes on defense. Like you could see somebody like a Kevin Byard, whose salary is about $8.5. You see that freed up so that we can continue to focus a little bit on this offense. We have plenty of defensive players in the backfield. Now, of course, Kwani Brisker going down for the season early on had, I think, affected the safety position adversely. So we might stick with Kevin Byard, but, again, there's a lot of changes that could be made in this offensive lineup, and then a lot of people could be coming in. There's no game-changing offensive lineman in this upcoming draft that you can grab like game-changing people in the top 10 where the Bears are going to be drafting. So it'll be interesting to see how the draft plays out. We'll do some draft prospecting in just a little while, but for right now, Hank Fraley could be your next Chicago Bear coach, and that will bring, again, some continuity from Ben Johnson and his team onto the Bears. And I think that helps to make the transition easy, and is also being known right now that Dennis Allen looks like he could be the defensive coordinator of this team going forward. So there should be some really exciting announcements for the Chicago Bears coming up over the next days and weeks, and I'm super excited about it. I think we had a gross misstep this season. I think the Bears were on a path to being a much better team, and then, Tyreek Stevenson missing on the Washington Commanders was just a symptom of a rotting sort of disease. Not that Tyreek Stevenson is that rot, but that the coaching staff was not holding people accountable. And when the team saw that Tyreek Stevenson was in no way held accountable for his actions during that period of time, the wheels fell off, because what do you have to lose? It's not like they're going to bench you. So, I think that we're going to see a big change here, and this team is going to look a lot better than the sum of its part. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Bear down, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.